Good evening, fans, and welcome to tonight's special holiday edition of RWL Ladies Night. My name is Don Hickson, and joining me for all of the action tonight, Snarl General Manager Hangman Tex Lynch.
Man, Dandy Don, did we not have a great time at the Christmas Holiday Massacre or what, man? That was really super.
It most certainly was, and we are just days away from the RWL Memphis Million 2024, the 11th annual Memphis Million.
And what a way it's going to be to close out a terrific 2024. But right now, let's get going. Our opening contest tonight, Michelle McCool set to go up against the Duchess of Dudleyville, Stacy Keebler, one-on-one.
This evening's opening match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Palatka, Florida, here is Michelle McCool.
Michelle McCool, along with Becky Lynch, two of the newest arrivals in the RWL Ladies Legends division, and Michelle McCool with a lot of potential.
Yeah, she does have a lot of potential. She's from Palatka, Florida, just like our own Crystal Gabor. I don't know if that means much geographically as far as in-the-ring competition is concerned, but it's definitely a nice thing. Palatka, Florida is a real nice place.
And Michelle McCool with a huge opportunity here if she can defeat the Duchess of Dudleyville, Stacy Keebler, in this one-on-one matchup.
Yep, sure would be nice for her. I don't know if it's in the cards. Stacy Keebler's got a lot of experience, and she's one of the few women in this company that's got a pinfall win over the women's world champion, Jeannie Parker.
And her opponent from Baltimore, Maryland, the Duchess of Dudleyville, Stacy Keebler.
What a career in the world of pro wrestling, Stacy Keebler, the Duchess of Dudleyville, valet to Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley boys, and she has certainly picked up a lot in experience hanging out with Bubba Ray and Devon.
She sure has, Dandy Don, and she's extremely popular. Got legs a mile long. Everybody seems to love Stacy Keebler. Don't know how she's going to fare against Michelle McCool. We just have to wait and see how that all maps out.
And indeed, what an opening contest for tonight's RWL Ladies Night. Stacy Keebler and Michelle McCool set to go at it one-on-one here tonight. Well, Tex, this should be an impressive opening contest with newcomer Michelle McCool, still relatively new to the Ladies Legends division, going up against the Duchess of Dudleyville here in this one-on-one matchup as referee Willie Johnson sounds the bell, and here we go. They lock up collar and elbow center ring. Stacy Keebler with Michelle McCool up against the ropes, takes her down to the mat and drives a boot right into the chest of Michelle McCool, stopping to do just a little bit of showboating for the fans here in Richmond. Michelle McCool slowly getting back to her feet. Stacy Keebler with a wicked wrist clutch kick, taking Michelle McCool back down to the canvas again, following it up with a stomp and a knee to the back. And another. Stacy Keebler, the Duchess of Dudleyville, of course, well-versed in the act of mayhem, having been well instructed by Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. Stacy Keebler with a kick that doesn't connect. Michelle McCool just getting out of the way. Whips Stacy Keebler into the far corner, drives an elbow into the chest. Stacy Keebler countering and getting back up out of the corner, delivers a series of kicks. And a snapmare, taking McCool right back down again. And look at this, Stacy Keebler stepping on the hair of Michelle McCool. A brutal move for sure. Stacy Keebler putting the boots to the face of Michelle McCool. Stacy Keebler makes her way to the top rope. And here we go, elbow drop across the chest. Cover, and 1, 2, but no. Michelle McCool powering out of the pin just in time. And Stacy Keebler continuing to taunt Michelle McCool, a disrespectful slap across the face, followed up with a stomp to the face. Stacy rebounds off the ropes, misses again with that soccer kick. Michelle McCool just too fast. Whips Keebler into the ropes. Whoa, beautiful flip. McCool starting to fight back here after being at a disadvantage so far. Michelle McCool drops Stacy Keebler head first into the turnbuckle, follows it up with a running knee, and now it's Stacy Keebler on the receiving end. McCool rounds up Keebler again, takes her down, and whoa, a leg breaker. Michelle McCool now with the advantage in the matchup. Kick to the midsection. Whoa, beautiful flying spinning neck breaker from Michelle McCool. Look at this right here. Doing a little bit of calisthenics. Doing quite a bit of showing off for the fans. Here we go. Charge, beautiful running drop kick. Takes Keebler right back down. Michelle McCool goes for her first cover. And not even a one. Stacy Keebler powering out. Keebler locks up McCool. Whips her to the ropes. And a wicked boot to the face that takes McCool down. Michelle McCool with a face buster from Stacy Keebler. Keebler covering. One. And only one. Not even a two. Michelle McCool powering out Stacy Keebler. Again, sadistically putting the boots to the head of Michelle McCool. Stacy keeps slamming the head of Michelle McCool into the canvas. Now Keebler pistoning hard right hands across the head and a disrespectful slap to follow it up. Stacy Keebler back on the attack here. McCool counters with a kick. They lock up. Keebler whipped to the ropes. Tuck under from McCool. And another beautiful Japanese arm drag from Michelle McCool. McCool countering with elbows to the midsection of Stacy Keebler. A kick that puts Keebler into a corner. Takes her down into a seated position. And now begins putting the boot to the chest of the Duchess of Dudleyville. Look at this, a boot to the throat. Choking Stacy Keebler. Michelle McCool back in charge here. McCool locks up Keebler, escorting her to the far corner, and headfirst into the turnbuckle she goes, but counters and escapes the corner. Look at this, a snapmare takes McCool down again, and once more, applying her weight and her boots to the hair of Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool in trouble here. A hard kick to the back. Stacy Keebler covers one more time. Referee Willie Johnson, one. And only a one. Michelle McCool powering out of the pin. Stacy Keebler going absolutely berserk here. A series of wicked stomps to the chest. And Michelle McCool is on Dream Street. Whipped out over and onto the floor goes Michelle McCool, and here comes Stacy Keebler right after her, looking for approval from the fans here in Richmond, and trash talking a laid out Michelle McCool. A kick to the leg, and Michelle McCool back in trouble again, countering with a punch though. Another kick from McCool. Look at this. Was trying for a chicken wing suplex, doesn't get it, winds up getting a short arm clothesline. Stacy Keebler making her way back inside the ring. Michelle McCool still being counted by the official. Michelle McCool back on her feet, slowly and tentatively returning back into the ring. Stacy Keebler right there waiting for her. McCool whips Keebler to the ropes, ducks under. Here comes Keebler. Tilt to whirl backbreaker. Beautifully executed, absolutely beautiful. Stomp to the arm from Michelle McCool. And this match has seesawed back and forth as far as momentum is concerned. Another spinning neckbreaker from Michelle McCool. Stacy Keebler back on the receiving end of punishment as McCool drives a knee into the head of Stacy Keebler. And now paying back Keebler with sadistic stomps to the face. Michelle McCool rounds up Stacy. Counters the Irish whip. This thing on a beautiful kick that takes McCool right back down, rolls her out onto the floor. Stacy Keebler makes her way to the top rope, and whoa! Beautiful flying crossbody from the top turnbuckle. Followed up with a stomp to the back as referee Willie Johnson begins the count, trying to get these ladies back inside. Won't do much good until they're done. A disrespectful slap to Michelle McCool. Stacy Keebler completely not regarding referee Willie Johnson's instructions and admonitions. Stacy Keebler delivering more and more punishment to Michelle McCool as this match progresses. A driving knee into the back of Michelle McCool. And the referee continues to count. Stacy Keebler and Michelle McCool both making it back inside the ring. McCool seeming to taunt Keebler as if to say, I'm not hurt. Head first into the turnbuckle. Stacy Keebler might be looking to change that. Right back into the turnbuckle one more time. Stacy Keebler with a boot to the throat of Michelle McCool. And what a match this has been so far. Stacy Keebler fails to connect with a stomp. Michelle McCool counters with a kick and a chop, a punch, another, and a chop block that takes Stacy Keebler right back down again. Stacy Keebler back to her feet and another. What beautiful, wow, just a beautiful kick. Stacy Keebler takes herself to the top. Beautiful flying crossbody across the chest of Michelle McCool. Stacy Keebler covers. And look at this. One, two, and no. The illegal pin fails, and Stacy Keebler knows it. A beautiful super kick to the face as Keebler covers one more time. 1, 2, 3. It is over. Michelle McCool winning this one by pinfall.
The time of the fall, 8 minutes, 10 seconds, and your winner, Stacy Keebler.
All right, well, the Duchess of Dudleyville picking up, look at this, a humiliating taunt from Stacy Keebler, and an impressive win of the Duchess of Dudleyville over Michelle McCool. And we will be right back with more RWL Ladies Night right after the break. Stay with us.
Next match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Dublin, Ireland, here's Becky Lynch.
Well, the man, Becky Lynch, no relation to yours truly, pretty steamed about losing that match to Liberty Belle Danielle at Christmas Holiday Massacre, and she is going to try and get herself a win over Georgia Washington. That's going to be a pretty tall order right there. Georgia Washington's been pretty successful lately.
From an experience standpoint, Tex, they are equally matched. There is every possibility that Becky Lynch can possibly score a submission win or a pinfall against Georgia Washington.
Well, I'll put it this way, Dandy Don. Becky Lynch does have a lot of experience, and let's face it, Georgia Washington is not Danielle Heathcote. We'll just have to wait and see how it all dopes out.
Indeed, Georgia Washington, an extremely unpopular All-American girl around here.
Yeah, they say, well, how can you possibly hate America? Well, take a look at that girl running with Kurt Angle and you'll see what I mean.
And her opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, she is the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington.
Well, there she is. Miss Georgia Washington, valet to Kurt Angle, the Olympic hero, a woman with an ego the size of the state of Texas. And she has been extremely unpopular around here, Dandy Don, I gotta tell you. And she's about to make a brand new enemy in the man Becky Lynch.
Without question, Tex, Georgia Washington definitely not popular around here. And she's definitely going to make a new enemy in the man Becky Lynch, who's eager to get another win. After losing that match at Christmas Holiday Massacre to Liberty Belle Danielle, she's seeing red, white, and blue, and seeing red because of it. A significant quantity of fans favoring Becky Lynch in this matchup. As referee Tom Kanamura sounds the bell, here we go, they lock it up. Becky Lynch with a snapmare, failing to connect with the drop kick on Georgia Washington. Georgia back to her feet with a wraparound DDT, slamming Becky Lynch's face first right into the canvas. Becky Lynch gathered up over the shoulders of Georgia Washington, and a flapjack face first into the canvas again. Georgia for a quick pin, one, not even a one. Becky Lynch up almost instantly, and Becky Lynch drives a knee into the midsection of Georgia Washington, follows it up with a wraparound DDT, a little bit of payback with the same coin, from the man, Becky Lynch. Georgia Washington using those ropes to get back up to her feet. And Becky Lynch torturing the arm of Georgia Washington. Becky Lynch rebounds off the ropes with a running leg drop. Rebounds off a second time, follows it in reverse, but Georgia Washington out of the way of that second leg drop. Georgia with a driving backbreaker, now stretching the spine of Becky Lynch. Georgia Washington, the extremely unpopular All-American girl around here in RWL, drives a knee into the back of Becky Lynch, follows it up with a stomp. Becky Lynch gathered up again, but Becky counters, fails to connect with the dropkick. Counters Georgia Washington, but Georgia Washington with a quick suplex. Covers again, one, and only a one again. Becky Lynch powering up very quickly. Slapped down by Georgia Washington. Georgia gathers up Becky Lynch one more time. And once more with the backbreaker. Georgia Washington certainly consistent with her moves. Becky Lynch rolls herself out on the apron using the ropes for leverage here. Georgia Washington quickly countered by Becky Lynch, makes her way back inside the ring. Whips Georgia Washington to the ropes. Beautiful arm drag from Becky Lynch. Gathers up Georgia Washington. And again, a beautiful pump handle suplex from Becky Lynch. Becky gathers up Georgia Washington. Georgia Washington counters with a hard punch and a forearm. But Becky Lynch countering with a one-arm suplex. Look at this. Georgia Washington quickly back to her feet and a running clothesline takes Becky Lynch right down again. Georgia Washington, the Yankee Rose, taking herself all the way up to the top, drives a knee into the chest of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch in all kinds of pain as Georgia Washington tries for a second attempt, nails it a second time. Oh, wow, here we go. Georgia covers, 1, 2, nailing a 2 count that time. Only a near fall as Becky Lynch gets back to her feet. Georgia Washington unaware of her presence. And here we go, quick wraparound DDT for Georgia Washington from Becky Lynch. Again, Georgia Washington using the ropes for leverage to get herself standing again. Draped over the middle rope, here goes Becky Lynch, here comes the Express. Whoa, knee right across the back of Georgia Washington. Georgia gathered up once more, and another beautiful suplex from Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch drags Georgia Washington just about center ring, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and no. Georgia Washington, look at this, springs back up to her feet. Becky Lynch once again unaware of her presence, but counters with a kick to the midsection quickly, making a quick correction. An arm drag from Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch administers a devastating arm breaker to Georgia Washington. Georgia counters with an Irish whip into the far corner for Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch counters with a kick and escapes the corner. Georgia Washington goes around with a kick from behind, German suplex. And Becky Lynch back in trouble once more as Georgia Washington tries to gain the approval of the crowd. Good luck with that. Hard slap across the chest. Countered by Becky Lynch, a hard chop across the chest, and again Georgia Washington puts her back into the corner. Becky Lynch puts Georgia back into the corner. Georgia escapes the corner once more. And Becky Lynch whips her into the opposing far corner. Perhaps trying for a different, but no dice. Look at this. A submission attempt, but Becky Lynch catching an elbow. Oh my, misses with the clothesline. Does Georgia Washington, springs back up to her feet, and a sudden spear out of no place, and man, Becky Lynch right back down again as Georgia Washington drags her center ring, covers, 1, 2, and again Becky Lynch defying the will of Georgia Washington. Fails to connect with the dropkick, winds up catching a stomp to the midsection. As Georgia Washington, smelling blood in the water here, preparing to stalk Becky Lynch, fails to connect with her move. And Becky Lynch with another beautiful suplex, absolutely beautifully executed. Drags Georgia Washington center ring, covers, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and only a 2. And Becky Lynch absolutely cannot believe it. Georgia Washington right back to her feet again. And Becky Lynch quick with the takedown. And into an armbar, a possible submission here. The referee, Tom Kanamura, checking it out, but no. Georgia Washington powering out of that submission hold. Running clothesline, a second one. Misses with the, oh man, what a beautiful rebound shot right there as Georgia covers once more. 1, 2, and are you kidding me? Becky Lynch absolutely refusing to give up here. Georgia Washington whipped into the corner, almost into the referee. Georgia counters, puts Becky back into the corner here. Becky Lynch counters with an elbow, escapes the corner. Fails to connect with a flying elbow. Georgia gathers her up once more, and once more that devastating spear out of absolutely no place. As Georgia covers, here's the referee. 1, 2, 3, and it is all over.
The time of the fall, 6 minutes, 51 seconds, and your winner, Georgia Washington.
And there you have it. Georgia Washington sends Becky Lynch to the back to lick her wounds once more after another loss. This evening, we return with more RWL Ladies Night right after the break. We'll be right back.
It's December, and it's time for RWL Wrestling's 11th annual end-of-year supercard, the Memphis Million Supercard from Mid-South Coliseum, with 3 hours of mat action, a wide variety of title matches, and 2 Battles Royal, 1 for the men and 1 for the ladies, each with a $1 million prize going to the winners. It's the 11th annual Memphis Million Supercard, Monday, December 30th, right here on the RWL YouTube channel.
Well, they say all good things must come to an end, Tex, and so ends a couple of weeks of peace as the Sectarians return and the Disciples of Darkness, Drew Draven and Selena Sheik, get set to face the UK ladies, Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman.
Good things don't last forever, Dandy Don, but here's the upside. We got more Christmas music.
This next tag team match, 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, from Sussex, England, Grace Fenwick, and from Brisbane, Australia, Jessica Goldman, the UK ladies.
Well, I gotta say, I'm not happy about the Disciples being back, but they certainly got some tough opponents, and Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman, the UK ladies, they're not gonna have an easy time of it, Don.
Don't expect they will, Tex. Grace Fenwick, of course, extremely sadistic, and Jessica Goldman not too far behind. What an interesting mix of opponents with Drew Draven and Selena Sheik. All 4 of these ladies are absolutely purebred, 100% bad news.
Bad news maybe, but nowhere near as bad news as Drew Draven and Selena Sheik, or the fact that the Sectarians are back in town. Johnny Bianco is not going to be a happy camper.
And their opponents, representing the Sectarians, from Salem, Massachusetts, Drew Draven, and from Sleepy Hollow, New York, Selena Sheik, the Disciples of Darkness.
Drew Draven and Selena Sheik without Amanda Robinson at ringside, which is most unusual, Tex.
Sure is. Gotta figure that something's going on. The Sectarians have probably had all kinds of problems ever since they got exposed kidnapping Hana / Lilith Morella, whatever the hell she calls herself now. I ain't got no idea what the hell's going on with these people.
It's my understanding, Tex, that some members of the Sectarians have been questioned by the authorities regarding that abduction several months ago.
And in spite of that, here we go. Selena Sheik and Drew Draven are back, which means Kaz Manson, the Boogeyman, and Papa Shango, and all the rest of them will probably be back by Snarl next time. Oh, man. They'll be at Memphis Million too, which means Memphis Million won't be anywhere near as fun as it should have been.
All right, it's going to be Jessica Goldman starting off for the UK ladies and Drew Draven for the Disciples. This should be an exciting matchup as referee Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. Here we go. Wicked kick from Drew Draven. Jessica Goldman locks her up. Heel kick. Takes Drew Draven down, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Jessica Goldman opening up almost immediately. Pistoning hard right hands across the head of Drew Draven, followed up with another stomp. And now going after Selena Sheik as well. Another wicked running kick from Drew Draven. Takes Jessica Goldman down. Now driving knees into the leg of Jessica Goldman. The Disciples of Darkness have been absent for several weeks, and they have come back with a vengeance, no doubt along with the rest of the sectarian crowd. Drew Draven tormenting the arm of Jessica Goldman, following it up with a pair of knees into the back as Drew Draven steps out, and in comes her partner Selena Sheik. Conspicuous by her absence this evening, Amanda Robinson. As Selena Sheik takes Jessica Goldman down. And here comes the sadistic Grace Fenwick. What a matchup. Whoa, another running kick this time from Grace Fenwick. Fenwick driving knees into the leg of Selena Sheik. Selena gathered up by the wrist. And now, Grace Fenwick again paying back the opponent with the same coin, torturing the arm and shoulder of Selena Sheik, ending it off with a couple of knees into the back.
Man, Don, I cannot believe the disciples are back. We had ourselves such a peaceful Christmas.
We certainly did. Grace Fenwick gathers up Selena Sheik, whips her into the far corner. Here comes Jessica Goldman on the tag. Selena whipped to the ropes. Double back body drop, and down she goes. Jessica Goldman doing, look at this, a little bit of shuffle here. As Drew Draven comes in on the tag, Jessica Goldman says, "Oh, no, you don't." Drives a knee into the face of Drew Draven. Returns to work on Selena Sheik with a forearm that takes her down. An overhand right to Drew Draven. Draven rounded up another forearm as Drew Draven collapses to the mat, and Grace Fenwick is tagged in. Grace Fenwick locked up by Drew Draven, whipped into the Disciples' corner. And now Drew Draven yanking the arm of Grace Fenwick. Fenwick catching a series of knees into the midsection from Drew Draven. And the Disciples have certainly returned with a vengeance, haven't they?
They sure have, man. Wow. That's just a shame. I was real happy to not see them for a couple of weeks.
I would imagine most people were. Drew Draven quickly going for a cover here. One, but only a one. As Grace Fenwick, still with plenty of fuel in the tank. Here comes Selena Sheik. And Selena gathers up Grace Fenwick. They lock up into the turnbuckle. And here comes Selena Sheik. Double team from the Disciples. Double shoulder tackle takes Grace Fenwick down to the canvas, followed up with a stomp to the back. Selena Sheik once again returning to work on Grace Fenwick. And it is a strange thing to see Grace Fenwick in such a predicament. She's usually the one dealing out the punishment. A couple of knees into the back for Grace Fenwick as Drew Draven rains left hands and a stomp. Grace Fenwick rounded up once more. Whipped again into the Disciples of Darkness's corner. A kick, a tag, and another double team. Look at this, here we go. Air-assisted shoulder tackle takes Grace down to the mat once more. As Selena Sheik climbs the turnbuckle here. Grace Fenwick laid out just about center ring, slowly getting back to her feet. And Selena Sheik changes her mind, decides to go after Jessica Goldman instead. Whoa! Grace Fenwick saving her partner from a fate worse than pain. Into the corner of the Disciples, up on the top turnbuckle. As Selena Sheik is quickly countered by Grace Fenwick. A series of hard shots and a drop kick that takes Selena down. As Grace Fenwick steps out, giving her a look as she leaves, and here comes Jessica Goldman. Goldman charges, basement dropkick. And Selena Sheik rolls out and rolls back in for a quick reset. Jessica Goldman playing mind games. But Selena Sheik goes behind. And here is a sleeper hold. Possible submission here. But no, a jawbreaker that backs off Jessica Goldman. Selena off the ropes, flying fist, takes Jessica Goldman down. Goldman back to her feet. Locked up, Selena whips her to the ropes. Whoa, what a right hand Laid out Jessica Goldman, but good. Whipped into the corner of the Disciples once again. And here we go, Selena Sheik driving knees into the midsection of Jessica Goldman. Followed up with a series of kicks and a stomp, and look at this, putting both boots into the chest of Jessica Goldman. Followed, whoa, man, what a shot. Selena Sheik steps on out, and here comes Drew Draven again. Referee sees the tag. Drew Draven, look at this, mocking Jessica Goldman. Hard kick to the back. Drew Draven. Whip. Whoa, look at this. The whip countered and a cheap shot from Selena Sheik into the corner. She goes by any means. And here's another tag, and here's another double team from the Disciples. Off the ropes. Back body drop. And down goes Jessica Goldman. Goldman trying to roll out of the ring, but no opportunity here. Selena Sheik whips her into the far corner. Jessica Goldman in big trouble up on the top turnbuckle. And Selena Sheik on the top rope. At this wheelbarrow facebuster, an absolutely devastating move. Covers, hooks the leg, but not even a one. With Grace Fenwick right there to break up the pin. Uh-oh, look at this. A one-arm slam for Grace Fenwick. And a kick, and out over onto the floor goes Jessica Goldman. As Selena Sheik returns to work on Grace Fenwick. Turning her attention back to Jessica Goldman from behind. As Jessica Goldman drives elbows into the midsection of Selena Sheik. Whoa! What a fist. Took Selena down. Goldman rolls herself back inside. Referee still counting. Selena Sheik laid out on the outside. And here we go, Drew Draven catching a series of clubbing blows across the chest from Jessica Goldman. Devastating beats of the Bodhrán, and down goes Drew Draven out onto the floor. As Selena Sheik regains her senses, quickly hopping over her partner. Whoa! That was definitely a mistake. Selena Sheik making Jessica Goldman pay for that error. Selena rounds up Jessica Goldman, rolls her back inside the ring. Grace Fenwick watching in horror as her opponent catches a beatdown running kick that takes Jessica Goldman back down. Selena Sheik locks her up, whips her into the Disciples' corner again. A kick, a tag, and another double team coming up. Here we go. Selena Sheik all the way up on the top. Look at this. Whoa! A 3D, a cutter from the top rope. Drew Draven covers. 1, 2, 3. It is over.
The time of the fall, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. And your winners, the Disciples of Darkness.
All right, the Disciples picking up a win here over the UK ladies, and we'll be right back with more RWL Ladies Night right after the break. We got one title match on tap this evening, and here it is, the RWL Women's Gulf Coast Championship on the line as the powerhouse Patty Powers of American Powers gets set to defend the Women's Gulf Coast title against Scary Sherry Martel, managed by Too Short Papa and Scott Bell.
I can certainly hear the disgust in your voice, Tex.
You could, huh? Ain't no secret, me and Scott Bell are natural enemies, and, well, he pulls some weaselly strings to get Sherry Martel this Gulf Coast title match against Patty Powers. Well, I'm partial to Patty and Danielle, of course, so I'm not too thrilled to see Sherry Martel waltzing her little butt down here looking for a shot at that title.
I should think you would have been much happier to see someone eminently more qualified than Sherry Martel.
You're damn right I would. Oh, Sherry Martel. Oh, Scary Sherry. Yeah.
However, Tex, your personal feelings aside, Sherry Martel is the #1 contender for the Women's Gulf Coast Championship, like it or not.
I don't have to like it, damn it.
Sherry Martel, of course, with a long history in the world of professional wrestling. She has done it all and seen it all. And now she's set to challenge for the Women's Gulf Coast Championship against Patty Powers. And here they are, American Powers, the RWL Women's Tag Team Champions. Patty Powers, along with Liberty Belt Danielle Heathcote, by her side at ringside for this Women's Gulf Coast title match. And man, Patty Powers certainly is looking frosty.
She's got all the tools it takes to stomp Sherry Martel's head into the canvas by about a foot, and I kind of hope she does it.
And what a stellar 2024 American Powers has had. Both of these ladies with 6 championships between them, including those Women's Tag Team Championships.
And Danielle does look good in that two-piece.
Well, that's a personal thing for you, Tex. That's none of my business, and we're not going to discuss that here.
Oh, see, you're much more tasteful than Wally or Johnny in that regard.
Your colleagues at Snarl always eager to pick your brain, aren't they?
Well, it's just their nature. We're all friends like that.
The next match, one fall, with a 15-minute time limit, is for the RWL Women's Gulf Coast Championship. The challenger, along with 2 short Popeye Scott Bell, from Memphis, Tennessee, here is Sherry Martel. And her opponent, accompanied by Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote, from Tampa, Florida. She's an RWL Triple Crown Champion and the reigning RWL Women's Gulf Coast Champion, Patty Powers.
Well, Patty Powers certainly getting a warm reception from the fans here in Richmond, Virginia this evening as she prepares to defend that Women's Gulf Coast Championship, and she values it very highly.
Yeah, why not? She worked hard to get it, she's worked hard to hang on to it, and I don't think she's going to let Sherry Martel take it away tonight.
Well, Scott Bell certainly pulled some strings to get Sherry Martel this matchup against Patty Powers. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if it was all worth it. As referee Walt Rothburn sounds the bell, the ladies come center ring, collar and elbow tie-up. Patty Powers escorts Sherry Martel head first into the far corner into the turnbuckle. A headlock punch. Sherry Martel comes out reeling from behind Patty Powers with a shot to the back, right back into the turnbuckle, but Sherry Martel quickly countering, turning the tables on Patty Powers. Her leg draped over the rope. Sherry Martel with a wicked kick. A hard right and another, and a third puts Patty right back into that corner. Martel hanging her up in the tree of woe. Look at this, will ya? As she puts the boots to the throat of Patty Powers. Sherry Martel, no doubt, into a blatant choke. No doubt looking to do anything she has to attain the Women's Gulf Coast Championship from Patty Powers. A stomp to the leg. Patty Powers in trouble here as Sherry Martel gathers her up. Locks her up again into a headlock. And another headlock punch and a nasty one. Martel takes her way all the way up to the top rope, and look at this, Scott Bell all ready to introduce a foreign object into the ring, I'm sure. Patty Powers with a quick cover, 1, and only a 1. Sherry Martel escapes the pin. Patty Powers gathers her up again. They lock up. Sherry Martel whipped out onto the apron, a hard right from Patty Powers. Martel draped over that top rope. Oh, hard clubbing blow across the back, and a stomp to the back as well. Patty Powers raining hard right hands on the head of Sherry Martel. Sherry Martel now on the receiving end of the punishment here from the Women's Gulf Coast Champion, who is just as equally keen to not lose the title. Stomp to the midsection from Patty. Patty Powers delivers a pretty serious arm breaker. Sherry Martel rapidly losing control of this matchup as Patty Powers rounds her up again. A kick from Sherry Martel slams the head of Patty Powers into the canvas. Patty with a hard right turns her around. Martel counters with an elbow. Here she comes. Shoulder tackle doesn't do much good at all, but a takedown does. Now, Referee ordering her to break that hold. Sherry Martel decides what to do next. Takes herself up to the top rope as Patty Powers is on the outside. Double axe handle connects to her head. And Patty Powers is down. Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote, no doubt saying some choice things to Sherry Martel. Danielle gets out of the way, running clothesline. Takes Sherry Martel down. Martel gathered up again by Patty. Rolled back into the ring, almost takes the referee down in the process. Patty Powers catching a Luthez press from Sherry Martel. Wicked machine gun punches to the head. Martel covers, but no, not even a one, as Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote rallies her partner. Sherry Martel sadistically stomping every available inch of Patty Powers. Again, the Women's Gulf Coast Championship at stake here. Martel on the second rope connects with another double axe handle that takes Patty Powers right down to the canvas yet again. Patty responds with an elbow. And now Patty Powers with Sherry Martel into the turnbuckle, into the far corner, drapes her leg over the rope, and boom, wicked kick to the calf. And Sherry Martel certainly experiencing some pain there. Martel quickly turning this one around. Delivers an inverted DDT, slamming Patty Powers' head to the back of the canvas. Hard right from Sherry Martel, and another staggering Patty Powers into a headlock, and another headlock punch that takes Patty to got her right in the mouth on that one. Sherry Martel all the way up on the top, flying crossbody, well executed. Sherry Martel covers, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and no, Patty Powers finding her way out of that finish. Scott Bell rallying Sherry Martel to win this match. And Sherry Martel, look at the arrogance, the cockiness of Sherry Martel. She charges, doesn't get the splash. Patty Powers quickly countering, has it up. Whoa, just dropped her like a sack of spuds. Patty covers, 1, 2, and no. Sherry Martel again finding her way out of the pin. Whoa, did you see that one? Oh, Patty Powers definitely not too thrilled with the situation here. Choking Sherry Martel with the ropes. Patty Powers clearly done fooling around here. Whips Martel to the ropes. Beautiful high back body drop. And Patty Powers makes her way all the way up to the top rope. Sherry Martel, oh look at this, Patty Powers changes her mind. Clubbing overhand right. Rounds her up into a huge power slam, covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Patty Powers retains.
The time of the fall, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Your winner, and still Women's Gulf Coast Champion, Patty Powers.
Patty Powers retaining the Women's Gulf Coast Championship in spectacular fashion over Sherry Martel, and we will be back with our main event in just a moment. In tonight's main event, a major showpiece matchup for the Women's World Champion, now a dual champion, Dynamite Jeannie Parker, set to go one-on-one against ladies legend Lita.
What a terrific matchup Les Femmes Fatales had, with Team Nuclear becoming the new ladies trio tag team champions, which now makes Jeannie Parker a double champion, it makes Jet Williams a double champion, and it makes Mimi Emerson a double champion too. Wow.
Tonight's main event, a non-title match, 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Cameron, North Carolina, here is Lita.
She's been valet to S.A. Rios, she's been valet to Matt and Jeff Hardy, and in her own right, she has been a multi-time women's champion. Lita, the Queen of Extreme, looking forward to a chance to compete against the Women's World Champion, now a dual champion, as 1/3 of the ladies tag trio champions, Les Femmes Fatales.
Yep. And Lita, well, definitely she's got skills, and she might give Jeannie Parker a pretty hard time tonight.
And her opponent, from Richmond, Virginia, she's an RWL Ladies Tag Trio Champion and the reigning RWL Women's World Champion, the Queen, Dynamite, Jeannie Parker.
Well, Jeannie Dynamite With all of her obligations, Phil did not have to compete, but she is in her hometown of Richmond, Virginia, and she loves the support of the fans. And the fans love seeing her with not one but 2 championship belts now, as 1/3 of the ladies tag trio champions Les Femmes Fatales, and still holding the Women's World Championship firmly in her place. Jeannie Dynamite definitely loving the adoration of the fans here, and definitely looking forward to competing against Lita in this non-title matchup.
And why the hell not? Got her fans, got herself 2 belts, got her friends, Les Femmes Fatales. Jeannie Dynamite's doing pretty well for herself, I dare say.
Well, with the Queen opting out of the Ladies Battle Royal at the Memphis Million, this is probably going to be one of the last matches we see Jeannie Parker this year. And here we go. Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. They lock up collar and elbow. Lita with a kick to the midsection takes Jeannie Parker down to the canvas at once. Rounds her back up. Jeannie shoves her back. Look at this, a shot to the midsection. And whoa, famouser. Wow, how about that? And whoa, German release suplex as Lita takes to the canvas trying to get back to her feet. Jeannie with a right and Lita counters with a knee. Jeannie shoves her back again. Whips Lita to the ropes. Lita quickly countering. Jeannie shoves her back yet again. Lita with a series of shots and a punch to the back of the head as Lita quickly rolls her over, goes for a cover. 1, but only a 1. The Women's World Champion, still far too powerful, still far too early. Jeannie back to her feet. A Russian leg sweep from Lita takes the Women's World Champ down again. Lita with a stomp to the arm. Rounds Jeannie Parker back up again. Jeannie Parker shoves her yet. The power of Jeannie Parker up into a bear hug for Lita. Referee Walt Rothburn monitoring the situation, but Lita with a series of elbows to the side of the head and a double ear clap. Jeannie Parker backs off. Lita fails to connect with the drop kick, delivers a kick, a chop, a right, and a forearm to the face. Jeannie responds equally with a headbutt that takes Lita down. Jeannie covers, hooks the leg. Oh, not even a 1. Lita quickly powering out. Jeannie Parker back on her feet. Escorts Lita towards the ropes. And now, look at this. Draped over the top rope and a slingshot face first into the mat. Jeannie Parker rallying the crowd here in Richmond in her hometown as Jeannie Parker takes herself all the way topside, and here we go. Fails to connect with the elbow drop. Lita just a step too fast, delivers a kick to the back as Jeannie Parker makes her way back to her feet, and here comes Lita with a charge that takes her down. Lita covers 1, and not even a 2, just a 1. Lita rounds up Jeannie Parker again. They lock up collar and elbow. Jeannie Parker into the far corner of the splash, connects that time, and down goes Jeannie. Jeannie Dynamite in trouble here. Basement dropkick to the back of the head. And Lita rounds her up again. And Lita with a jawbreaker takes Jeannie Parker right back down. And now Lita getting ready to go here on the top rope. Here she goes. Connects with a beautiful top rope leg drop. And Lita rallying the fans here in Richmond. Although she doesn't have much of a chance, this is Jeannie Parker's home territory. Lita still going to go to work here. A stomp to the lower abdomen and walking it off. Oh, man. A kick to the back of the head. A stomp to the midsection. And Lita really beginning to open up on the Women's World Champion. Slams her arm into the canvas. Again, Lita trying to rally the fans for some support here. Another basement dropkick to the back. And once more, Lita quickly taking herself all the way up to the top rope. Cross body splash and a cover. 1, 2, but no. Jeannie Parker powering out quickly. Jeannie Parker getting back to her feet as Lita stalks her. Running clothesline. And a second. And look at this. With a leg sweep, takes Parker right back down to the canvas again. And again, Lita quickly trying to cover here. 1, 2. Lita keen to pick up a win over the number 1 woman in the women's division. Lita rounds her up. Knee to the midsection from Parker. Jeannie Parker taking Lita into the corner, head first into the turnbuckle. And again, into the turnbuckle a second time. Jeannie Parker, whoa, trying to give Lita a serious headache. A hard right. A kick that seats Lita into the corner. Jeannie Parker rounds her up. Has her up, look at this. One arm into a backbreaker. Jeannie takes another few steps, delivers a second one. Wow. Dynamite Jeannie Parker. Sliding to the outside, so does Lita, and here comes Jeannie Parker. Jeannie D rounds her up. The hot kiss at the end of the wet fist right there. And down goes Lita onto the floor. The referee has initiated the count. As Jeannie Parker makes her way back inside the ring. Now merely waiting for her opponent to get back inside. Well, on second thought, Jeannie's not going to wait. She takes herself outside again. Kick to the midsection. And up over the shoulders, but Lita quickly countering and escaping. Oh, man, whips Jeannie's head into the ring post. Absolutely brutal. Kick to the midsection and another and a third. And whoa, man, slams her face right into the floor. Jeannie counters with a right. Locks up Lita. Escorts her back into the ring. And here she comes right after. Jeannie Parker rebounds off the ropes. Beautiful splash. Covers. 1, 2, 3, and that is the end. Dynamite Jeannie Parker winning this matchup by pinfall.
The time of the fall, 5 minutes 8 seconds, and your winner, Dynamite Jeannie Parker.
Oh, Dandy Don, there is another lady who has had a stellar year. Like you like to say, it was stellar for sure. Jeannie Parker picking up the 3-count pinfall over Lita. And man, what's she going to do in 2025 remains to be seen.
And fans, that puts the cap on this special holiday edition of RWL Ladies Night. We thank you as always for joining us and sharing your time with us. We remind you that tomorrow night, December 30th, will begin the RWL 11th Annual Memphis Million Supercard, and we would love to see you there. On behalf of Tex Lynch and myself, Don Hickson, thank you, good night, and we'll see you next time at ringside. Good night, everybody.
Don't forget to hit that notification bell.